Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to World of Warcraft Legion. Now, we are right outside Oculeth's workshop. We still need to do the experimental instability quest, which means we have to take the portal to Oculeth's test chamber, get telemancy notes, and 4 discarded orbs. So if I remember correctly, this is where we did those awesome space jumps. Seems like ages ago. Actually, it feels like ages, too. And no speaking from Oculeth or anything. That's what I kind of expected. Maybe we can just go ahead and get this done as quickly as possible. This was not the test chamber I thought. So let's go all stealthy. What do we got here? Unstable rift and little warp sparks. They're adorable. I don't know if we have to kill them. And we definitely can't sap them. Discarded orb. Oh, that's one. Oh, we have company. Fire the cannons! Aha! And... oh, are these guys going to keep coming? That's why. That's why we could select the portal. Okay. That is what it is. I seem to recall this now. So this is where Oculeth kept all of his super secret projects.
Let me show you how it's done.
And these guys have a really large aggro range. Good lord. Go away. Let's try to avoid that if at all possible. How many more orbs do we have? We need 2 more orbs. And then some notes. It looks like the notes are at the end of this hallway. Of course they would. There's no other place that they could be. Imagine finding all the quest items like right at the entrance. That would be anticlimactic. Aw. Thought I got you guys in time. Looks like stealth's being absolutely useless here. So, if that's the case... let's make sure we don't have to deal with it in the first place. And we have a portal that just opened. That's handy. And we can't actually see the notes, but I do have enough for another lovely charm bracelet, which I guess will go to one of the Horde leaders. Where are we right now? This is Valentine's Day as I'm recording this. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. This will publish on the day after. We have 118 love tokens, so we are well on our way. How many more days do we have until this event's over? Actually, we're at the halfway point. So I'm going to have to try and hustle up on getting enough of these to get the love boat, or we're going to be out of luck. So that just means more dailies and whatnot I've got to do. Let's talk to Oculeth.
What is our destination?
Wonderful. Now the fun begins. You should speak with Alyssra. I believe she is ready for more testing.
Tell the lie.
And we have another quest to turn into the Alyssra. Resisting arrest. Oculeth will be quite pleased with your findings. As you know, he's been working diligently on a new device for the Withered. Felbor no more. The Felborn have begun to expand their grasp beyond the city's reach. A camp to the east in the Crimson Thicket is of a particular interest to us. Their outpost leader, Valthis Amaran, serves Andaris directly. Now's the time to put our Withered training and Oculus device to the test. We could not allow them to advance any further, Swindlegear. Head for the camp and use the orb to sever the head of the beast. The time has come to begin our advance. Slay 8 Felborn and their leader, Valthis Amaran, at the Felborn outpost in Crimson Thicket. Now, if memory serves, this is a world quest now, so I've been doing this on a fairly regular basis. It's okay, though. I think now the boss, or Valthis, will be an elite, and using the Withered will be a great help to us. So let's go ahead and travel that way. By the way, one thing I want to tell you guys, it's very much gaming related. If you have a chance and a little bit of disposable income right now, and I know it's Valentine's Day, so the chances of that, at least for you folks who are taken, is probably a strong no. But for those who are a strong maybe, go to humblebundle.com and check out the Freedom Bundle. It is a ton of games, like good quality, awesome games. Games like the Stanley Parable and Stardust or Stardew Valley. A ton of games, a heck of a value for only $30, and this includes books, comic books, guides, how-tos, and a ton of games. All the proceeds go to, I believe, the ACLU and Doctors Without Borders, and I believe one other really good cause. So if you guys get a chance, go ahead and check that out, because it's a great way to help out charity and get a ton of games for dirt cheap. Like, some of these bundles, I actually feel bad sometimes, the sheer amount of stuff that I get for a donation. And if you've never heard of Humble Bundle before, you guys are in for a definite treat.
Production quotas are not met, the citizens...
No thank you, Vanthyr. I am currently busy. Now, we've got some world quests here that we're running right by. There is a world boss up over in Asuna. And I think we may go ahead and travel that way if we reach the end of our quests. And if we reach the end of our quests, guys, well, that means that it is time for us to test the boundaries of the Nighthold, or at least the first wing, because I think that is still the only one that we can go into. Oh, we can go into 2 now. Neat! That should make life interesting for us, because I have no idea what's going on in there. So, you guys I'll be just as clueless as you guys. Should be exciting. Because I'm already seeing people who have cleared the Nighthold because they have the Mana Saber. Like, ooh, a keepsake. Oh, do we still have something hitting us? There we go. What was that? Korloon Keepsake. Realm of Companions. That's some neat loot there. But at the end of the raid, you get a mount. And I already have seen a few people in Dalaran with the mount. I believe that's what it was. So, Nighthold already cleared, at least on this server. And I'm sure that's going on server-wide, but because I've been so busy with work and playing other games, I haven't really paid attention to stuff going on in WoWland. But we have definitely caught up with the casual players, at least. And hopefully we'll get some good level gear. And that'll be the big question, is what level gear we'll get going into the Nighthold on looking for raid. Because normally it gives low level gear. There's nothing right now with Swindle with his 864 item level could get looking for raid in the Trial of Valor or in the Emerald Nightmare. Okay, Valthus. First things. Sap. Get some of your copper. And suddenly Withered appeared. Let's just do as much damage as possible. Test out our new super Withered buddies. And I really should have... Yeah, there we are. Actually start interrupting some abilities there, Wretch. It's not like you haven't played this game for over 10 years or anything. And you two. You'll be the final ones I need. And we can get out of here.
Too far away. I can't attack that.
Eh?
Telemancy orbs are working perfectly. Best we keep this quiet until we're ready for the real push.
Sounds wise to me. Too bad we can't teleport back. We're gonna have to head back to Shalaran the old-fashioned way. But, by the way, when I was talking about future series I'm going to be doing, guys, it's looking real good. I think you guys are going to be very pleasantly surprised with some of the games that I have coming up on the channel. And I've been paying attention to some other stuff, like potential announcements for big games. Like the two games that I'm really looking forward to hearing news about is Red Dead Redemption 2, for obvious reasons, because Red Dead was my favorite game, as many of you know. And anything about Samurai Warriors 9. Or excuse me, not Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors 9. I'm a huge Dynasty Warriors fan, and I played 2 of the Samurai Warrior games on the channel. I'd love to play a new Dynasty Warriors, because that's kind of where I cut my teeth. And unfortunately, and they're pretty well received in terms of views and people chatting and conversing about it, all the lore. But I have heard absolutely nothing about it. They seem focused on some of their other franchise games right now. Including, whoa, excuse me. Whew, that was weird. Those terrible moments when you're talking and all of a sudden you get a little bit of like spit in the back of your throat and you feel like you're about to die. Yeah, that just happened. But yeah, so a Dynasty Warrior game, which is really Koei Tecmo's bread and butter, at least I think so, would not go amiss and be pretty well received, especially if they do some of the changes to Dynasty Warriors like they've done to Samurai Warriors. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll hear something soon. But they've been working on stuff like the Arslan game that I played on the channel. They did a Berserk game. They did Neo? I forgot what the name of it is. Oh, you guys have the orbs. Which is kind of like their Dark Soul equivalent that recently came out. They've been very, very busy.
Greetings.
Our efforts have proven quite successful. I believe we are just about ready to make our stand. As strong as our will, and a taste of freedom. We are ready as we will ever be. Once we put Valtoire's plan into action, we can attack the Sanctum of Order and put an end to Andaris. She will never expect us to have trained our Withered against fell magic, and her hubris will be her downfall. Come, let us feed the people one last time.
We are only as strong as our will.
Boss lady, you and your fruit. Let me tell you. Okay, who's gonna be the lucky recipient, eh? How about you? You're here by your lonesome.
Night well nourish us.
Is she? Oh, okay, from my look, it looked like she had a beard. Like a nice dwarven beard, and I'm like, okay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But that was certainly interesting for an elf.
Our isolation has ended.
Very well. Let us begin. I'll just leave this here. Valtoire has a plan for the Sanctum's energy barrier. Several key archway locations throughout Suramar harness the power necessary for it. These energy disruptors she made will remotely break the link simultaneously on activation, causing the barrier to fall. Take these devices and install them at the ley lines, then return here for the surprise assault on the Sanctum. Place energy disruptors at the sources in Talatharan, Kelbalor, and Elorshan.
Anratha Adore.
Now, we have quite a bit of artifact power here. And there's our Dreadblade upgrade. About time. Now, I don't mind doing all of these quests for the sole reason that we are getting more lovely charms, which is nothing but more friendship bracelets and more love tokens. Now that I found out that giving those bracelets to the leaders is considered a daily. It's a pretty long and arduous daily, though, I have to say. So, Telenar... I'm not sure where the others are, but I guess we just have to head into the Leyline Caves. We'll go to target number 1 and just pay attention. I think it's the 3 bases that are here in this area, the 3 ley lines. I would assume. And hope. I'm really glad I don't have to buy gas for this Mechanohog. That would be unpleasant, but this is pure goblin engineering, so I'm sure it's running off some sort of irradiated ore that is shortening Swindle's already short lifespan. There's a lot of talk that the next really big, or not really talk, more like confirmation, that the next really big patch here in Legion is going to be revolving around attacking Argus, which is the current homeworld of the Burning Legion. So actually leaving Azeroth, and, well, we have left Azeroth before with Outland and Draenor, but actually attacking the Legion on their home turf, which is kind of interesting to be doing that so soon in an expansion. You figured that would probably be the end game. But I guess not. That is not the case. And we will pass by all the spiders. Ugh. So many spiders. And vanish. Did I mention I hate spiders? Or I don't hate them, but I have a strong dislike of ones that are big enough for me to see. Like so. It's like if I see a spider, if I see like a daddy longlegs, like in my bathtub or something, I won't kill it on sight. I'll actually kind of take it outside. But if it's a spider breed that I don't know, I assume that it is deathly poisonous, regardless of what the truth is, and then treat it accordingly. I think it's better to be safe than sorry. Good lord. So, don't walk near the eggs. Important safety tip. Thanks, Egon. Now, I have come down here before, I'm pretty sure. It's like we have activated the lines. And I'm being attacked by something, but I'm not sure what, because I can't stealth. What are you looking at there, Vanessa?
Hey, that's too far away.
Okay, ah. Apparently we were in combat with a spider egg. So nice and careful. Every time I think of a big spider, my first thought goes to the horrendous giant spiders from the Ewok adventure, which I know a lot of people dislike. I actually have a soft spot for it. But the giant spiders in the Gorax cave, I was not a fan of growing up. And I've noticed that before too. I think I've said this in a previous episode, but I've noticed that when it comes to like the difference between men and women tend to dislike snakes and slithery things, while guys tend to dislike creepy crawlies. Now, obviously, there's... So these aren't... Okay, this is a new area, then. I guess I'm getting this mixed up with the other place, what's it called? Valinar. Where's our next site? Ah. I think I may be correct, and now we're just having to go to all these places up close. Now, obviously, I have known female friends of mine who really like snakes. I had a friend in theater when I was in college that used to wear a small little ball python with her. She'd take it to like the coffee shop and have it wrapped around her waist, so everyone thought it was like a fashionable belt or something, but it was a snake, and it was very much alive. And those moments of realization for people who were sitting with us, or the waitress who actually had to, had a keen eye, was always amusing. Strangely enough, we never got asked to leave once they realized what it was. They always just wanted to, like, touch it. So I guess anything to break the monotony and boredom of waitressing, I suppose. So we are going to Disruptor Part 2. And for those of you guys who watch sci-fi, you always know what disruptors. Disruptors are always wielded by enemy races in Star Trek. You could always tell the good guys from the bad guys in Star Trek because of the type of weapons that they used. The Federation always used phasers, while the Romulans, the Klingons, I think the Ferengi for a while did too, but all of the big baddies in the Next Generation used disruptor cannons. I'm pretty sure the Cardassians did as well. So, instant way to tell bad guys apart in the Trek universe. And this doesn't look pleasant. Owie! Aye! Oh! Okay. We're about to die. Ow! So if it gets anywhere close to you, you're fricasseed. We're just gonna jump through that and say, no sir. Oh, holy crap, Vanessa died. You're right there, ma'am? That doesn't happen to you often. Smee's okay, though. And that's what matters. And I don't see any... We're considered in combat, but I'm not sure with what. Let's see where our next location is. Right across the road. So let's go ahead and use some of our vanishing powder, because I don't want to fight a ton of Withered to get out of here. I have to say, though, I am really worried about that new Star Trek series that's coming out. I'm a fan of Star Trek. I'm a bigger fan of Star Wars than Star Trek, but I really appreciate and respect Star Trek and watched a ton of it. I wasn't too keen on the original series, to tell you the truth, but I really liked the Next Generation, loved Deep Space Nine, enjoyed Voyager, and I used to have the Star Trek encyclopedia that I got at a bookstore during one of the trips to Lubbock with my mom, and I would just sit there and read that thing. I don't know where it is right now, but I had a pretty significant knowledge of Star Trek back in the day. Because I don't know what it is when it comes to like sci-fi and fantasy genres and things of that ilk, but I love reading about like the races and the governments and the cultures and their militaries. I was always fascinated. I think that's the history buff in me, because I think like when I'm reading about the Klingons, I'm reading about like a real race in terms of their traditions and uniforms and stuff like that. I eat that stuff up even today. If you get me on a Star Trek, if I'm bored, get me on a Star Trek or Star Wars wiki or Babylon 5, things of that nature. I'm on it all. I'm on it for hours, looking up ship designs and all kinds of nonsense. Worst comes to worst, I'm easily entertained.
Huh?
Oh, do you see me? Apparently not. And SAP everything mode is now engaged. Operation Concussion Junction. There's a ton of guys here. Holy crap. Imagine all the pieces of friendship bracelet we could get from these guys. But then we'd be here forever. Leyline Chandler. Oh. Crap. You don't see me. Flee. You saw nothing. Just like the quest said. It's like the most appropriate way to go through this quest. Or I'll just leave this here. I'm sorry. Why did I think it said you saw nothing? Uh-oh. I think we have been discovered. I'm going to blame Vanessa for this one. And we are going to hop, skip, and jump out of here. Past the nice, kind Heartwood stags that would never betray us and gore us with their horns. Whoa! What is that? Did you guys see that? There was a shadow of a dragon. What is that? Okay, hold up. on the ground. I've never seen that before. We've got to investigate. Okay, please come around again. I know it's not those dragons up there, because it looked like there was something on that dragon. Like it had a rider. Anything? That's a Stormwing Drake. Oh. I guess those are they're just casting really long shadows. That is bizarre. I thought something was swooping down. I was like, oh lordy. Ah well. So, since we're coming near the end of the episode, here's what we're going to do. We're going to head back to Shalaran real quick. We're going to turn this quest in. And we could go ahead and finish out this storyline, but I think what our real quest should be is to take out a world boss. Well, I don't know. By the time we get back to Shalaran, I don't know. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. Worst comes to worst, we'll take on the world boss the first thing in the next episode.
You will bow to us.
I beg your pardon? I ain't gonna do any such thing. Imagine how embarrassed you would be if someone you were chasing did that. Just turned around, put their motorcycle into reverse, and just said, no, I don't think that's going to happen. And then just rides off into the sunset. I think you'd be kind of rethinking your career decision at that point. And I don't want to go through...
production quotas are not met.
Thank you, Vanther. I don't want to go through that lake near Oculeth's base anymore, so... Just tag along here. I don't really feel like cutting like back and forth like I normally do. Just take some time for some nice leisurely strolls. Because I also don't want to get too far ahead to the point that we complete that second wing of the Night Hold and then have like 2 or 3 days where nothing else opens up. Because like once we run out of content here in Legion, guys, that will be the sadly the end of the series. And then, or if not the end of the series will be kind of put on hiatus until some new content opens up. I know that's not what people like to hear. I'm actually really surprised that this series is still being watched. Like, it's a good surprise though, and I really appreciate you guys doing so. Following Sully's little travels here through the Broken Isles. I'm really hoping that if we do get some new content here in the Broken Isles, that we get to see other locations other than just Suramar, because everything's really starting to look the same. Hey, the gang's all here.
The Nightwell calls to me.
The preparations are nearly complete. Oculeth will be ready to teleport us soon. Undertuned attunement crystal.
The Shalderai will be ready.
So, what do we got here? Breaching the Sanctum? Speak with Oculeth to start the assault. Ah.
May your path be clear.
So we've actually got a full-on attack going. Okay. Well, if that is the case, we will save that to the next episode. We'll leave it here, and off-camera, I will go and power up the Dreadblades to their second mark, or second tier, and just prepare for the battle ahead. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.